They floated in an ethereal space surrounded by slow, majestic currents of luminous cosmic energy. After the last lesson, Diego felt a new power coursing through him, and he was eager to wield it. "I feel this power," he said, "this will. Now I must use it to change circumstances in my favor, right? Should I impose my will on others to make them help me? Or on events themselves so they come to me?" Mateo responded with a decisiveness Diego had never seen in him before. "No, never. To get rich in a scientific way, you do not try to apply your willpower to anything outside of yourself. You have no right to do so. Even for their own good? Even for their own good," Mateo insisted, "because you do not know what is good for them. Forcing others with mental power is exactly like forcing them with physical power. It is an act of enslavement. Taking things from people by mental force is the same as theft. This science has not the slightest need for applying force to others. And trying to apply will to things or to the substance itself is like trying to compel God. It is foolish, useless, and disrespectful. You do not use your willpower to make the sun rise. The substance is friendly to you and is more eager to give to you than you are to receive." Diego was completely confused. "So, what is this willpower good for? If I can't use it to influence the world, what is its power?" "Its power is in applying it to yourself. This is the only legitimate use of the will. When you know what you ought to think and do, you must use your will to compel yourself to think and do the right things. Use your will to keep yourself on the right course. Do not try to project your will or your thoughts or your mind out into space to act on things or people," Arturo advised. "Keep your mind at home. It can accomplish more there than elsewhere. Use your mind to form a mental image of what you want and to hold that vision with faith and purpose, and use your will to compel your mind to work in the right way." They now stood beside a great river of light that seemed to originate from Diego's own mind. As he thought of the mental image of his wealth with faith and purpose, the river flowed bright, strong, and straight. "Now think of your old fears, Diego," Mateo prompted. "Your doubts, the worry about paying bills." As soon as Diego's mind returned to those thoughts, dark and negative currents bled into his luminous river. It became murky, its flow weak and erratic. "Do you see?" Arturo said. "Doubt or unbelief are as certain to start a movement away from you as faith and purpose are to start one toward you. Every hour you spend attending to doubt and fear, every moment your soul is possessed by unbelief, you set a current away from you throughout the whole domain of intelligent substance. This is why the majority of those who try to make use of mind science fail." "So I must control my thoughts," Diego said anxiously. "I must command my attention. But I can't be indifferent to the world's problems. Poverty, the suffering of children, injustice. Isn't it my duty to pay attention to these things? If you want to become wealthy, you must not study poverty. Health is never achieved by studying disease, and no one has ever become wealthy by studying poverty and thinking about it. Economics, as the science of studying poverty, will fill the world with misery and want. Do not talk about poverty, investigate it, or concern yourself with it. Never mind its causes. What concerns you is the cure. Do not waste your time in charity work. All of it only helps to perpetuate the very misery it aims to eradicate. This doesn't mean you should be heartless, but you must not try to eradicate poverty through conventional methods. Put poverty behind you and succeed." "So," Diego said, "the best way to help the poor is to become rich yourself." You cannot hold the mental image that is to make you rich if you fill your mind with pictures of poverty. Do not read books or newspapers that give detailed accounts of misery. You do not help the poor in the least by knowing about these things. What will abolish poverty, Matteo added, is not increasing the number of wealthy people who think about poverty, but increasing the number of poor people who intend with faith to become rich. The poor do not need charity, they need inspiration. If you want to help the poor, prove to them that they can become rich. Prove it by becoming rich yourself. Matteo's tone was now firm but kind. So when you refuse to pity poverty, to see it, to read about it, or to listen to those who speak of it, you are not being hard-hearted or unfeeling. You are using your willpower to keep your mind off the subject of poverty and to fix it with faith and purpose on the vision of what you want. Diego closed his eyes. This time a new discipline had taken form within him. He consciously used his will to take command of his attention. He turned his mind from the dark and sorrowful alleys of the past and focused it with power upon the bright and magnificent highway of his future. He had now become the master of his mind.